Hey guys, this is John. Welcome to the free video. So we're going to talk a little bit about Amazon. I got a lot to talk about in the markets as well. We'll kind of cover that in the premium video. For the NASDAQ, you can see here that we obviously have just been on a tear. FOMC information came out and it's just a short squeeze. The short squeeze is on. At a minimum, we should tag and go through these highs, take out any stops, etc., etc. Ours is not to wonder why something is happening. It is our job to participate. Okay, one of my favorite sayings in trading is don't anticipate, just participate. And so that's all we want to do here. My favorite vehicle to do that right now is Amazon. So why do I like this one so much? Two reasons. One, I love that we had this big kind of a gap up on earnings and it kind of puked it all down. This, I've just seen this pattern so much, this just becomes a retest pattern, okay? So, meaning that the odds of that high being retested are extremely high, okay? And then from there, we kind of drill down and are there any signals? And you can see that we got a 39-minute squeeze here that's triggered. You can see at this point the high was 620 and we're close to that, but I'm looking that we could actually break through that and come up to 624. Okay, so once you gather all that information, there's a couple of different ways you can set up trades. So one way to do it is just pure directionally, okay, and this has risk associated with it because essentially you have to be right. The stock has to move higher, and in general it actually has to move higher in a big way. Okay, now I have confidence in this setup in Amazon, so that's why I'm fine going like, all right, let's buy some calls here that expire in a couple of days. In this case, I'd want to flip these out tomorrow, give a little bit more time for here, and the idea with these is that I could actually leg into a debit spread, okay? But the question always becomes, how do you know whether to, one, just buy a call, okay, and just hold on to it in this case since it's a up, or sell premium, okay, or leg into, like say, a debit spread, okay? And I think that's always one of the biggest questions that I get. And my answer to that is you gotta have the right tool to make that decision as easy as possible for you. So the first thing to do is kind of get a good idea where are the 1 and 2 standard deviation moves. Okay, so you can kind of see essentially from where we are right now, we're looking at the 1 standard deviation move and the 2 standard deviation moves. And this just gives me an idea of like, hey, if you're long an option, don't bet too much that it's going to go through that, okay? And then of course, if you're short an option, these are the areas where outside of this, it's actually it's very highly profitable to sell the option, okay? So in this case, since I'm focusing on directional and I see that here we are in terms of a 1 standard deviation move, I don't want to get cocky if we get, for some reason, blow through this, okay? This to me is like, wow, I'm willing to take some profits here, some here, all the way up to here and not get too caught up in some fantasy move, okay, of something bigger. So the other thing that you want to look at is when you're in a trade is analyzing your probability of profit, okay? And this tool does this automatically. So you can see here, for AMBA, I've got a probability of profit of 65%, okay? For Amazon, my probability of profit is 99%, okay? So I really like this one. For Facebook, it's 62%. For Google, it's actually dropped to 36%, okay? And I'm down on this trade here. So while I'm up nearly $50,000 on Amazon, I'm down. Today, you can see I made a little bit on Google, but it's still down. And this is telling me like, you know what? This is not a trade that you want to mess around a lot with. You've already taken enough risk on this trade. This is a large account. It's within my risk parameters. But I know that when I want to focus on it, and a big mistake that people make is say like, oh, okay, I'm going to add to my losers to bring down my average cost so I can flip it out, right? And that's the wrong thing to do. This is telling you, leave this alone. Focus on this. This is your highest probability of profit, okay? And that's huge. It's a huge piece of information to know. So I'm not going to sit here and try to, turn Google into a debit spread or anything like that. If I've got this already locked up, this is where I'm going to focus my attention, and this saves so much time and heartache. And there's a ton of other cool stuff on here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this platform at all, but And then if you come here, there's this great tutorial of basic options, probability, volatility, et cetera, et cetera. And what I'm finding is I'm using this tool more and more to analyze my own trade, to kind of give me an edge, to know what to do next faster and cleaner, whether I'm doing a directional trade or selling premium. So if you aren't familiar with this platform, it is free, okay, at least as of now. If you're seeing this right now, you can go to simpleroptions.com/dough. Okay, this ties directly in. If you have a Thinkorswim account, it'll tie directly into it. Okay, so you can go in there and actually execute trades through it. But guess what? If you have another broker, it's okay. You can go here and sign up, and you can still get this for free and at least analyze trades. Okay, so I would highly recommend that if you really want to learn about options, okay, and how to manage these trades, this is a tool that I'm going to be using more and more. As of right now, you can go to simpleroptions.com/dough and get this for free, okay? And if you want to set it up as a brokerage account, you'll have the option to do that. If you've already got Thinkorswim, you'll be able to, essentially it's very easy just to kind of link it to your Thinkorswim account. And if you've got other brokerage, that's fine. You can still use the tools on Dough. Anyway, I highly encourage it. You're going to be seeing me using it more and more, and this is something that can take your trading to the next level. All right? Hope it helps. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you at the next update.